Alright, so I often get asked what my pack weighs, so everything's ready right now. I've even got a bit of water in there, so this is ready for a 5-day trip. 4 nights, 5 days. So my empty weight right now myself is, hang on. So my weight is 168, and with the pack, $209, so 68, 78, so that's 40 pounds. This 40-pound pack, so that's not too bad. May 18th, 2 p.m. So decided to do Castleguard Meadows. Never been there. It took me a few back and forth along the highway just to find the trailhead for this thing. So it's an old fire access road for the next 10 kilometers or so. So got a bridge to cross the river, and then after that we're good. And for this trip, I got a companion, Tika, with her backpack. Been gone just 20 minutes, and this is an old fire road, but it's not being maintained. So far, it's been an hour. The trail's fairly tedious. It's just low alpine right now. Oh, here comes Tika. Hey, Tika. It's the kind of trail you got to do early season because there's no snow at lower elevation, so not a lot of scenery right now, but it follows the river, the trail, and it's going to go up to this thing called the Castleguard Meadows, so it should eventually break out and be pretty spectacular. I got 40 kilometers in and 40 kilometers out, so it's only probably 4 kilometers in so far, 1/10 of the way there. Well, big bear somewhere on the trail. Well, I can't say this is a pleasant trail so far. Keep having to shake all the spider webs off. Get to follow the river for a while. It's about time. Once again, total bushwhack. Poor Tika. Water, river's down there. Tell you what, you find something like that, that's not coincidence. There's another one down there. It's 6 o'clock, so we're done because I'm exhausted. I've established that that's Terrace Creek. There used to be a campground at Terrace Creek. Now don't ask me where the hell it is. I'll walk around this flats. Maybe it's somewhere in here. Would make sense. Well, it's not much, but it's home. Hey, Teeks. Need that keyhole in the end for something for the pots. That took all of about 3 minutes. we're in business. Boil some water, have some tea, then I'll decide. Maybe some mashed potatoes. I have no idea what happened to the trail. I lost it. It's somewhere, it's either above that creek on that hill, which I tried a couple of times, or it's somewhere over by that valley. What happens is the river floods every year and it washes out the trail, but I was looking for signs of like blazes and signs of the trail, but I couldn't see it. Obviously it's not a very well used trail because I'm pretty good at finding trails. Come on, Tika. Let's go see if we can find a road somewhere around here, or not a road, a trail. There's gotta be a trail somewhere around here. Now this is what I call being in the middle of nowhere. Trying to find a trail. Maybe it's somewhere around here. Look at that. Footsteps. I'll be darned. Is this the road or the old trail? I keep calling it a road. Somebody walked here. Oh, that feels good to see something like that. What do you figure, Tika? Look at where I am. Pretty amazing. Now I gotta find my camp. Oh, it's gotta be around here somewhere. Well, amazing how quick your mood can turn out here. I was a little worried at first, but now I'm in a really good mood. Had a couple of smokies, had a cup of soup, and then now I'm boiling water and I'll make a big pot of tea. And I went for a little walk, so I found where I think the trail is, and it's not that big a deal anyways. I mean, I have a bivouac permit, so I can, this is a very wild area. I'm free to stay anywhere I want. I had a plan to go 35 kilometers in a couple of days and then explore a valley called the Castleguard Valley and then come back out. It's obviously not a trail that's taken very often, so I might not get there, but I'm gonna have fun exploring. And now I'm just gonna sit here. I got my faithful companion, Tika. She's a good dog. And I'm gonna have a tea and I'm just gonna contemplate life. It just doesn't get any better than this. I mean, I gotta listen to this. I got a stream going by. Listen. Totally amazing.
First night. Tika's in here. Tika. See, there's Tika. Hey, Tika. Should be good. Shouldn't be too cold. Well, 7 a.m. It's a cold night. The sun should be coming up. Warm up the tent. Dry up the tent. Make a fire, make a coffee. Figure out a plan for the day. Hey Teeks, how's your sleep, girl? Nothing crazy out there. You hear lots of noise, but you get used to it. Everything sounds big out there. You keep thinking you're hearing animals, but it's always nothing. Okay, stop. A glorious morning. Yeah. There's so much
There's so much firewood. Actually, wow. Oh, a little bit warm still. Pretty simple starting a fire and this kind of stuff. I'll have water boiling. It is now 7:09. And there's dry wood everywhere. This is so dry, it's rotten almost. I could probably get some of that. Yeah, it'll come down. Perfect morning, sun came up, down, so south is right there, and then I'm heading, sun's getting up in the east, I'm heading that way, I'm heading west, this valley is almost east-west. I like to leave camp before 10. That's actually kind of late, but I'm not going far today. Maybe 15-20 K. So gives me time to stop somewhere along the way for a nice lunch, and gives me time for unforeseen complications. Got the tarp hanging. Kind of makes it nice. Then it doesn't. It's important to dry stuff. I got time to make sure everything's dried properly. Let the inside of the tent dry, and then it's all weight that I don't have to carry. Tika has her rations too, and I won't use them all for breakfast. She can use them over the course of the day. She's eating slower than she usually does. Good girl. My morning ration. I didn't eat everything last night, so I still have stuff from last night in my granola bar from last night, and this morning I got 2 hot chocolates, instant coffee, 2 maple flavored oatmeals. Oh, and a granola bar that I'll just carry in my pockets during the walk. Getting bold, she went exploring. Good job, girl. Yeah, the trees are all tall, and all of a sudden, look, that kind of looks like a crew went through there 50 years ago. Hooray! This is most definitely the trail. Alright, we'll make it to Castleguard now. Lead the way, Tika. Good girl. This would have been such a nice campsite, all flat. I'm only 500-600 yards from where I was this morning.
It's just full of obstacles, and I saw it cut across over there. Now I know why. There used to be a bridge here. Somehow or other I got across this creek. Well, looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned ford, so take the pants off and the boots off and cross on foot. Come on, Tika. Come on, girl. I wrote some notes down on my way before leaving. So the old bridge at kilometer 11.7, the Terrace campground's at 13.5, so I'm not even there yet. Nice campsite. Kind of hiking I could do all day. The trail's decent. Nobody comes here. I mean, there is absolutely no signs, like Park Canada signs. There wasn't even a trailhead sign. The girl who gave me the permit had no idea where this trail was, and this is what it looks like. And I got a view. Well, not much, but from a distance it looked like a blaze, but that's not man-made. That's some big moose or big elk rubbing his antlers on here to get the velvet out. You gotta go across for that. No idea why nobody comes here. It's so gorgeous. The old road, if you can call it that, ends right about here, and if my instruction, or if my directions that I took off the map are good, there's a cabin 500 yards away, an old warden's cabin. There's probably 20 cabins in the back country of the Jasper Park, especially along and Banff, especially along the borders. Wardens use them to patrol. In the good old days, I guess it was more important. There's probably a lot more poaching. Nowadays, nobody poaches. They go hunting elsewhere. Castleguard cabin. I guess this is the start of Castleguard Meadows. Yep, not getting in there. He's boarded up solid. I'm just going to boil water with the stove and make a pot of Ichiban. I'm just lazy. Amazing that these things have 490 calories. That'll keep me going for 3 more hours. Well, that was the most uninspiring hour of travel. I left that warden's cabin at 1:45. It's 2:45. It's been nothing but deep woods. This is the last bit of forest. I'm sure the meadow starts up ahead, probably another kilometer or so, so it'll be worth it. And it's been over 24 hours since I've been in the wilderness, so I always like to mark the occasion. Finally, something worth looking at. All this walking through, the meadows are up there, but I thought the meadows would be open. I have a feeling they're treed in. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Whole new level of awesome. Well, yesterday I was following the Alexandra River, and according to the map now, I'm following finally the Castleguard River, and I'm heading up valley to the headwaters of the Castleguard, something called Castleguard Meadows and Castleguard Glacier. There's no trail shown on the map, but there is a trail. I've been following it, and Parks Canada says there's something of a designated campground up ahead, or campsite. I'm thinking it's for guys on horseback, because a lot of horse crap on the trail. Some fairly fresh cuts too. Like, it looks like somebody very recently came through here with a chainsaw. Possible that
that this does get used in the summer, and Parks Canada sent somebody just to check it out and clear some deadfall. Not a lot of deadfall. It's been cleared properly over the years, so it's I mean, I consider it abandoned, but oh well.
There's one tired puppy. Too late in the day to get soaking wet, so I made a little bridge. Holy smokes. I have no idea where the campground's going to be or where I'm going to camp. I mean, it's 5:30, another hour and a half, but I'm getting tired, man. I've been gone since 9 this morning. That's a long day. That's a 22, 23 kilometer day. Tika's doing okay. Want to fall here, a long ways down. Yeehaw! The cover is so thick here that the snow's not melting. I've been walking through this shit for the last 30 minutes. Well, this is a problem. How the heck do I cross that? Right here, I guess. Got the fire ring built. Got a place to sit. Starting to put up the tent. Got a nice little spot, lots of firewood. Pretty good. Pretty standard fare for this cowboy. Nothing like a smoky over fire. I mean, sausage keeps many days, so these suckers have about 300 calories per, so now I'll boil some water and have a tea. Life is good.
Well, camp is set up. Plan is tomorrow when I get up, I'll pack up, and then I won't put on my boot, and then I'll cross, and then I'll go up. I have a sneaking suspicion there's a campsite about an hour away, so I'll go set up camp there, and then I'll just go exploring and stay overnight there, and then the next day I'll go back out, and I know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go just before where the bridge was out, just before the river crossings. I'll camp there, and then the next morning, same thing. I'll just get up in the morning and walk across the creek, and then I'm home free after that. It's a mere 4 hours.
Oh, the snow. Robertson Davies. Used to read him back in high school. I think I did an essay on him. It's a book I've taken on trails before. You can see how I've ripped a bit of paper to probably to start a fire at one point. It's gonna be an early night. Tika looks tired. I'm tired. Didn't eat much. Not hungry today. Got no appetite. And just retired early. Take some Advils for the sore knees. And let the flow of the river slowly put me to sleep, I guess.
Not much room in the tent. You, my girl. We're going to bed early. Do a little bit of reading and then we're done.
The sun is blocked by the trees this morning, and I'm in a hurry to get my water boil, so I'm not messing around with this fire.
Driftwood is good, but you're constantly having to look for it, and it burns so quickly. So I'm going to cut a tree this morning, or buck up a tree, a dead tree somewhere.
Not a lot of sun to dry stuff. Oh well.
Before any of you guys say anything, I know this river dumps into the Alexandria, dumps into Saskatchewan, dumps into God knows what. It dumps into so many other rivers, and I'm going to put a little bit of soap in there. Your hands clean. Your face a bit. There. Later on in camp, maybe I'll heat up a bit of water to clean that way.
This little bit of paracord, there's about 40 feet in there. Weighs like ounces. Get it on eBay. You can get like 100-foot rolls on eBay for $3 from China. Buy like 300-400 feet at a time. Comes in different colors. Super handy.
Not really something I'm looking forward to, but I gotta cross this river today, so it's too epic not to record it, so I'm gonna cross it once with the camera watching me cross, and I'll come back to get Tika, so it should be good. Come on. Tika, come on. Tika! that was cool. Wow, I'm glad I didn't attempt that last night. I could have gotten myself in trouble. Now at least I got some sun to warm up. I'm shaking right now. When you're alone, you do calculate things and you don't take unnecessary risks. This is one of them.
Look how deep this is. First climb. For a fire tonight. I just made a wall. Got my tent set up. Here's the view from my fire. Now I'm gonna go look for something called Utrum's Shower. Should be less than a kilometer away, and pack my bag, my food, and go have lunch there. This is the end of this adventure. The actual Castleguard Meadows, we'll probably have to wait another day. There's too much snow. I can't see the trail. Even without a big pack, it's too heavy. It's too hard. I'm thinking this is Utrum's Shower. It's a big spring that's dry that starts underneath the ground and then runs down here. If the water was running, it'd probably be spectacular. Okay, we're gonna go down this thing. I use a guidebook at home by authors, I think a husband and wife named Patton, and I've gone through the whole guidebook and I've pretty much hiked everything in the national parks that's over 2 days long. Like, I've done most of the little day hikes, but I'm really into overnighting, and so I've done everything that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 12 days in the national park, north boundary, south boundary, done them all. Open a book, find a couple of places I still haven't done, including this place. Well, last year I tried to do House Pass, couldn't get in. Then I find this idea called Castleguard Meadows, and so I tried to get to Castleguard Meadows today. I got a map. Well, not today, I've been out here for 4 days, and if I look at the map, now I know why this was one of the last places to do. I mean, even the authors didn't describe it as anything very glorious, except just solitude for 4 days. But I look at the map, and I followed the Alexandra River, and then cut north, and headed up towards, following the Castleguard River. And I think where I went wrong is, from the Castleguard, I should have really gone north, heading towards what's called the Castleguard Meadows. But instead I went a little bit southwest, and this creek here, I have a sneaking suspicion is called Watchman Creek. So I'll Google it when I get home, or not Google it, but YouTube or Google Earth will show me generally where I am, and this mountain range is pretty distinct. So anyways, it wasn't a loss. I mean, I got out here, spent 4 days, can say I've been here, got some solitude, so it's what it's all about. Tonight's dinner. I was going to eat this with Smokies yesterday, but on its own it's fine. Again, not hungry. Let this boil for 8 minutes. higher elevation, so water boils at a slightly lower temperature, so things take slightly longer to cook. But tasty.
50 yards away from the water, and these little cheap plastic. Had this one for years. As years go by, I care less, you know. Water's silty.
Kind of a shame that there's only one hill and that's exactly where the sun's going down. I could have had an extra 30 minutes of sun, but there it goes. Fascinating. Sit, girl. Sit. 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 Tika. I don't know, weird, but there's these big rocks here and I just felt like stacking them. It's a wall to shelter my stuff. I don't know. What's the matter? Not happy? Tika wants her own. She wants to sleep on my sleeping bag. Next time I'll bring a small roll for her. Make a difference.
Well, third night was good. Colder than the other nights last night. I was a little cold, I kept waking up.
So, problem with doing these linear hikes where you come in and go out the same way is that you know what to expect on the way out. You know, on the way in it's fun, you're challenged and you have sort of an objective. On the way back, the good thing is I'll get to see the trail differently. It looks different going back than coming in. You get different views. But I don't look forward to that river crossing or that snow section. So I'll break up the trail in my head mentally in 1 hour segments. I'll get through the river crossing. I'll get through the snow. Then I get that gorgeous view of Alexandra River, and then I'll make it to the warden's cabin probably by noon. Good place for lunch. And then my objective for the end of the day is to get to past where I camped on the first night, where I crossed the river, just to get on this side of, just to stay on this side of the river tonight.
Fire's out. Camp is folded. Tika's got her pack on and she doesn't look happy. Oh well. And it is 9:02. Perfect. Pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that a day later she can still smell our trail. Because we lost the trail a little bit and she found it real quick. Or I lost it. She found it. That's the river I gotta cross. Never looked over my shoulder on the way up. That's where we're gonna cross.
Well, I crossed it a second time, but I only did it once this time. So when I came across, I didn't even have my walking stick. I put that on the side of my bag. I had my full bag. I took Tika's pack off in case she got carried away. So I carried Tika's pack, took off my pants, took off my boots, put on my Crocs, had my pack and my boots around my neck, and I just came across once. I didn't feel like going.
Not bad. 9:43. Across the creek. Boots are back on with the gaiters. And now the snow section. This shit's no fun. Whoa. See my footsteps from yesterday. It just goes on and on. I got like an hour of this.
Not sure what creek that is, but I think that's the one I just crossed not too long ago. I'll have to try to figure out where it dumps into Alexandria. Nice pool down there, it'd be awesome to go swimming.
Check that out. That is the biggest underwater spring I've ever seen. Water's coming out of there so hard, it's bubbling. That's the bridge I built yesterday, still standing. Good job, girl. Cool. Big avalanche. Oh, it's building speed. I've had the feeling for the last 25 minutes that I'm going the wrong way, that somehow or other I got to a junction in the trail and didn't notice it. Probably had a creek back there. And seeing a big erratic like that, a big rock, I would have noticed that on the way in. But now I don't remember it, so something's wrong. Well, no matter what, I looked at the map and the general direction's okay. It's noon, the sun is straight south right now, and this trail is heading due south, so that's the way I want to be going. The only other junction would have perhaps been the junction that went north somewhere, but that makes no sense and I'm not heading that way right now, so I'm just keeping an eye on the ground. Hopefully at some point I'll see a footstep or a dog step would really be telling.
It's a dog paw traveling in the other direction. That's a good sign.
That's my boot print traveling in the other direction, so that means I went through here 2 days ago. No, yesterday. No, 2 days ago. But there's a trail there, and there's also a trail there. So sometimes it's either the warden who knows the area very well and he's taking a shortcut, or the other thing that happens is horses. When guys come out here with horses, horses are amazing, so they take shortcuts and it creates confusion. Now, I'm not sure which one of these trails is the one I should be taking right now. I'm gonna go right, but you know, it is possible to get lost out here. I should be at that warden's cabin in about half an hour. This creek's on the wrong side. It was on the other side of the warden's cabin, so I gotta cross it somewhere. Can't remember where, but it's a small bear. Not very big. Wow, at the cabin in 12:29.
relatively the rest is easy. I got 2 hours of walking, so I got an easy day. This turned out to be easier than I thought. So I'm gonna have myself a treat here and have some crab dinner. I doubt I'll ever come back to Castleguard River cabin number 1. But it is a spectacular view for the wardens when they come here. That's the cabin where the shack where they keep the saddles and horse gear. Under 2 logs. Dun, 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 dun. Gets tricky when the logs are slippery. Slippery when wet. Well, that old sign's useless, but that's the sign that says there's a cabin 500 yards up that way. The trail is subtle. There's a bit of a greenish tinge there, and then you see things like that. So that was pushed aside by probably a bulldozer who plowed the road through here many years ago. I'm guessing 50-60 years ago. Back in the days, the park maintained what were called fire access roads, and they had a management that if there was a fire, they fought it. Now, if there's a fire, especially if it's naturally caused, they don't fight it. So these roads are useless now. So they've let them grow over. But this shows that it takes decades for a road to disappear. Yeah, you can see the trail. I can see it. I'm sure it shows up. I didn't notice this on the way in, but this is definitely the remains of an old bridge, see? Look at the nail sticking out there. Huh. Whoops. Well, they ripped above the zipper, so they're gonna be useless. Missed that sign on the way by. We're close to the old bridge. This side's a little different. More in the trees. I walked by this 2 days ago, so cleaned it up a bit, got the rocks all organized, and then there's a grate on the ground, so that'll be perfect for boiling water. River's right there. Not too loud. Well, we made it here in really remarkable time. So we're in no rush now. Feels good. Just gonna sit in my tent and read a bit, and later on make a fire and a nice dinner. Cheese sticks and oysters, smoked oysters for dinner. Doesn't get any better than that. Just wish I had a little bit of hot sauce. A lot of protein in these suckers. All I'm missing is a glass of wine. I think that's all I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. That's a fine fire. Well, almost bedtime. It's been 72 hours, over 72 hours, without seeing another human being. So if I get out of here tomorrow by 2 in the afternoon, that makes it 96 hours without seeing another human being. Now that's not a record. My record is 8 days many years ago doing the northern part of Jasper Park, heading to a place called Azure and Topaz Lakes, but just enjoying these this last night. It's not my last trip, but it's been a good one. This is solitude. Nearest human being's probably 15-20 miles away.
6:36 and the sun is just about to poke up, which is really good. I get an early start on the day. The sun, or the shine right on the trees there, that sun will come down and beam down on that tent in about 10 minutes, so I'll have a really good dry tent by the time I leave at 8. Or I'm gonna try and leave at about 8:30 today. Water, you can see how the banks are wet in the morning. That's how high the water was yesterday, and in the mornings the water level's a little bit lower because there's a little bit less melt. Yeah, and this water is really silty. Okay for cooking, not the best for drinking. 8:15, wearing shorts and Crocs, because the first thing I got to do this morning is cross the river about 100 yards away from here. More runoff than a couple of days ago, and it's so silty I can't see bottom. A couple of days ago I could at least know where to set my feet, but now, geez, it's going to be tricky. She won't cross the river.
Crossed that damn river about 4 times this morning, but it was pretty deep.
There she is, doing her ritual after she crosses. It's pretty cold. Well, no matter what, if this is where there was a bridge, it's gone. The trail goes straight through there, or now I know. I skirted to the right, but oh well. So I came from way over there. You can see sort of the trail goes straight through there. Not happy right now. If you don't notice, I don't have a pack on because I turned around and all of a sudden I noticed Tika didn't have her pack. So I dropped mine and walked back a good kilometer, maybe half a kilometer, to go find her pack. Oh, well.
Alright, there you go folks. It's almost noon on day 5, so I've been out here 94 hours. I know from the pace that I walk, plus the fact that I'm walking back on the same trail I came in, I know I'm about a kilometer away from the trailhead. Plus, I know the highway follows this mountain over there, and I can hear the odd car going by. So, hope you enjoyed the video. I know a lot of you guys are trying to work up the courage, I guess, to do more than a 2-day hike, more than an overnight, maybe do a 3 or 4 day. It's not that hard. A little bit of planning, a little common sense, and everybody can do it. It's absolutely worth it. So text me, send me a note if you want to get some additional information. But the national parks here in Canada are full of long distance trails. There's trails for 4 days, 5 days, up to 12-day hikes if you want. So really encourage everybody to get out and do that. Again,
back to where it all started. Yeah. Well, Tika, I'd high-five you, but I don't think you'll reach, but good job, girl. Good job.
Folks, this is how most tourists see the national parks. Okay, this is Saskatchewan Crossing. Watch. They're all standing around. They got off this big bus, and now they're taking pictures of the mountains. So definitely do yourself a favor. Get off the beaten path. Get off the highways and get into the bush, because that's where you see the national parks.